His throat felt tight and close. His chest was heavy. Bobby Ray felt his cheeks grow warm and his ears burn, but he held his head high and marched on. Today was Texas Independence Day, and no Texian worth his salt would put his own personal comfort before the most sacred day in their state's illustrious history. As a captain within the Texian militia, Bobby Ray would never shun his celebratory duties because of a little thing like being unable to take a deep breath. No matter how much his wife scoffed at his dedication, Bobby Ray took his responsibilities seriously. Every year on the weekend closest to March 2nd, Texas Independence Day, people across the vast state paid homage to their forefathers and the brave pioneers before them. And where better to celebrate the day than Washington on the Brazos State Historic Site, best known as the birthplace of Texas? The main attraction of the complex was a carefully constructed replica of Independence Hall, a long, unpainted, humble wood building where the Texas Declaration of Independence was signed in 1836. Drafted just days before the fall of the Alamo, the auspicious document had been the first step in declaring Texas a sovereign nation, independent of Mexican and Santa Anna's dictatorial rule. For the next 9 years, the Republic of Texas was a nation unto itself and did not annex to the United States of America until 1845. The 2-day celebration included a variety of fun activities and hands-on experiences, food and crafts, speeches from state and local dignitaries, music, plays, and more. But the crowd favorites were always the live reenactments of the Texian militia and, on Sunday afternoon, the cutting of a massive, Texas-sized, Texas-shaped birthday cake. Bobby Ray was proud to be a part of the celebration and to walk in the footsteps of his forefathers. This was the last reenactment of the day. 20 more minutes and he could slip off the coat and loosen the vest, if only for a few minutes. After he cooled off and took a few deep breaths of unrestricted air, he might have a piece of that cake. Colette didn't usually come with him when he performed, but she was here today, and she had brought along a picnic lunch. He had looked forward to indulging in all the fine foods of the day: turkey legs, curly fries, frozen lemonade and funnel cakes from the vendors, corn pone and hoe cakes cooked over open fires, jellies and honey on hardtack biscuits, and jerked meat from the live demonstrators. With his wife along, he wouldn't be able to indulge in such delicacies. Colette fed him a special diet these days, but so far, his allergies seemed to be getting worse, not better. What he wouldn't give for some of those golden fried fish fillets he saw earlier, or another taste of that popcorn shrimp. Petey had slipped him a tiny curl when Colette wasn't looking. Much more than one piece, and he would start wheezing for sure. He might even break out in new welts. But to his way of thinking, it couldn't be much worse than it was right now. He knew his face must be purple by now. His body itched like it was on fire. A crunchy, perfect piece of fried catfish and a handful of shrimp might just be worth dying over. It would sure beat whatever food Colette rationed out to him, and it dang sure wouldn't come with a side of nagging. It would get him out of this coat and out of his misery. For the first time he could remember, Bobby Ray considered shucking his wool coat. He managed to fumble his way through the first reenactment. His contribution in the musket firing was minimal, giving him an extra few minutes to breathe. After the sergeant's brief introduction to the crowd, Bobby Ray stepped forward. He pulled out his sword and issued the solemn orders for ready, aim, and fire. The black powder muskets were loud. Their sharp reports left the stench of gunpowder in their wake, and white puffs of smoke hanging in the still midday air. The ammunition might be impotent, but the gunpowder was real, and it rattled a cough from Bobby Ray's already tight throat. He stepped back to avoid the worst of it, as the soldiers reloaded for a second round. On the other side of the safety rope was a family of 5. The tall, slender woman looked vaguely familiar, as did the man by her side. Bobby Ray thought he might have been a sports figure back in the day. The 2 teenage girls beside them looked borderline bored, but the exhibition fascinated the lanky blonde boy by their side. Bobby Ray managed a tight smile around his next fit of coughing. It was gratifying to see the youth of today taking an interest in history. The teen might only be intrigued.